Hello guys, today I'm going to be telling you how wall replace positions and 1v1 boxes works, and I'm going to be doing it in Raiders version 2 mechanics training. Now let's get into wall replace first. Obviously you want to do this. Now some of the important things that you need to know is to place a cone in front of you, because if the enemy doesn't edit on you, you want to quickly be able to go up, box up or something. Or once they do that edit, you can easily take their wall back, set up a peek shot, and kill them. That's why it's super important to have a cone when you're trying to do a wall reposition. Now you also, if you're boxed up like this, you want to have a way to escape your box, so that whether that be just having an open wall or a ramp next to your box, they're all good ways to get out of a situation in case the enemy does it. Now, you want to set up whenever you try and retake a wall, you want to set up a right hand peek, left hand peek. You never want to do a middle window peek. Now these can be useful in some situations, but you're always never going to want to do them. Why? It's because if you use a different material that's not wood, like brick, look at that, tiny window, barely shoot, tiny window. And then the middle is a huge window. Even if you're standing here, they can still shoot you. That's why, since you always want to be using brick whenever you're in an actual game or scrims, you don't want to do a middle peek shot. Now, the peek shots I recommend are obviously top peek shot here and the left window and why did I say left? The right window and the left window. Those are some of the best peek shots you can take. Now, if you do a peek shot like this, as long as you're back here, this might be useful, because from the opponent's perspective, whenever you line up a peek shot like this, it's gonna be pretty wide open. But if you line up a peek shot like this and you're here, you're standing back, you can easily hit the opponent. Now you're only gonna hit them in the leg, so it's not gonna be much, so you immediately want to reset, go back and start holding that wall, because usually the opponents aren't just gonna let you take that wall and leave it. They're gonna want their wall back. So that's why whenever you hold their wall, do an edit, reset it, you have to hold that wall. It's kind of an important thing. And yeah, so let's get into the 1v1 box fights where we can actually use our wall replace positions back. Now, obviously you need to put a ramp or a cone in their box whenever you take their wall, because this situation might happen. So you take their wall, they edit this cone up, and they can do a double edit up or escape from the sides from here. Or sometimes they might even have a ramp here, so you can take that wall, they can still double edit or go from the sides. Now that's why it's important. So whenever an opponent does not have a cone or anything, you want to always put a wall, and then the best way to do it, put a wall, window, reset that, and then you can take a peek shot from any place. Now, sometimes the opponents get stuck like this. The best thing to do is to edit your stairs. Take your time. Make sure you get it. Now, one of the important things not to do whenever you have a ramp here, you took your wall here, not to edit like this. Because then, if you miss or doesn't kill the opponent, you can't edit that wall back. They can easily hit you and you have to run up, or you have to waste time editing this and then that, which isn't ideal. So that's why you never want to do that shot. Now the optimal shot to take is actually this, because you can use a strategy where your opponents get the pre-fire and they either miss or hit, but they can't use their shotgun for 1.8 seconds, so you can always get in and beam them. Now, if you are doing this, just make sure if you accidentally do this and the opponent hits you, make sure to just place a ramp as fast as possible as you can in that box. You have a better chance of living if you accidentally do that mistake, if you put a ramp in their box. Now, it's not always guaranteed, but it's pretty important to understand that. So yeah, that is how you do the wall replace positions in the 1v1 box in Raiders version 2 mechanics map. Of course, the link will be above my screen, up there, or I obviously will have it in the description below. But other than that, see ya.